second, as that's a Sejuani.
Is that happening?
Well, it would mean their team fight is very, very scary.
Renekton plus Sejuani is also a thing on the top side as well.
Yep.
But yeah, anyways, this game I think Spirit is already smiling.
Oh, hell yeah. This is exactly what he wants.
All the 5 champions are gonna have a hard time against Poppy. But at the same time, if Poppy is not able to get some early kills, early situations, early skirmishes, then it's gonna be useless when it comes to mid-late game team fight.
Yeah,
It's just because of that champion, you know? It's
but I think...
Yeah.
But Spirit has been able to navigate early games so well on the Poppy. I think there's a reason why he's the only one that still plays Poppy jungle, and it's because he's so good at finding those early ganks and making sure that he can get to item timings to keep the Poppy relevant. So
yeah, and also even with Nidalee plus Zoe, he made out the gank at the game 1 at level 3. So even with Poppy, it can be a lot easier. And also last time when they had successful game with Poppy, it was also Fly Zoe was making a lot of trading going on in the mid lane. So
yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. They've got a little bit more late game insurance here as well.
Yeah,
with
a lot.
Aphelios and the Braum. It's going to be in the early laning phase. Not going to be exactly the greatest, but
for sure.
Kalista Alistar was always going to be a difficulty here, and Poppy will make both of those champions really, really sad as the game goes on. But no one's going to be dashing. These are, you may be looking at these champions thinking, ooh, there's going to be a lot of movement. Well, yeah, Spirit's going to press W. They're going to have a really sad time. Let's see how it's going to work out here as we get onto the Rift for game number 2.
Surprisingly, it's not Phaser Kalista.
Interesting. It's gone for the Aftershock.
I mean, it's just normal. So
yeah.
It's not that surprise, but if I was playing Alistar, then I would definitely go for Face Rush because you have Kalista already, you know?
Right.
So,
that's very strange.
So you can have more fun.
Well, maybe he wants to have more fun, and that involves Heba Pov level 2. And then being a little bit more tanky.
Yeah, but anyways, compared to Game 1, Afreeca Freecs' draft is more balanced. Obviously, the Game 1 draft was not ideal because that was really just damage-based team composition, right?
It was like a do or die type comp out of Afreeca.
Yeah, so they died.
Yeah, they did. But they also didn't die as quickly as I was expecting.
Oh yeah, that's
right?
true.
You know, they held on to that game.
Because of the great plays that they made. Kiin solo killing Doran on the side and also doing a great job on the top side as well with Fly plus Spirit. So I think this game is really like depends on the rotation and macro in the early game by junglers, because Sejuani is known as not impacting like impactful early game jungler, right? So normally when you have to play against Sejuani in the early game, then the laners is like are like just low pressure to get ganked, you know, in the early game. So you can play a lot easier in the lane.
Well, that was a good trade there by Doran. But Kiin holding onto this lane, as you can see, both of them taking the Conqueror. It's often press the attack that the Renekton likes, but Doran wants as much sustain as possible by the looks of things, and you can understand why. This Raptor camp going to get denied.
Oh, they are looking for the dive. That's 100% sure.
Well, you can see Spirit waiting for that minion wave and decides to look at it.
I think he's already dead.
Maybe he is. Maybe that's what they decided. There's the flash bonk. And, yep. We see this every time. Every time Spirit plays Poppy,
it's 100%, you know?
Yeah, he just flash wall and they die. I know my good friend Bryce Egan Paul has a word for exactly what Poppy does, and I'm not allowed to say it on the broadcast. But it's a fun one. And it was very difficult for me not to say it right there.
Anyways, great start by Spirit once again. And Poppy is already impacting the map, while Sejuani is clearing the empty jungle right there.
Look at that little tiny popcorn chicken. Very sad. But yeah, this is the Spirit's Poppy experience, right? This is exactly what we wanted out of him.
Yeah.
See whether he can get around the map and do some farming, though.
But yeah,
trying to take his own raptor camp.
Mid lane looks like Chovy once again stomping lane.
Oh yeah. I feel like this is partly matchup, but mostly Chovy.
Yeah, I think it's mostly Chovy.
How it generally works is Spirit has found himself a Rift Scuttler, but so has Pyosik, who's certainly been a bit of a herbivore so far this game. He is going to steal this blue buff. Like, Spirit hasn't taken a buff yet. Could this be our first 4 buff? No, there's a red buff that's about to be taken here by the Poppy. Maybe.
Yeah.
Spirit, you have buffs on the map. This is very strange.
I think it's one of the solo queue strat that you have to do.
Yeah, right. Because if you don't get ganks, then maybe things don't work out. He's going to finally get his red buff. As Doran also trying to be frustrating here to Kiin. Looks like things are going to even out, though, as this minion wave is taken by the Wukong. As now, this is... So, the Kalista Alistar is not an early game.
No.
It's not an early game combo. This is like, if anyone steps out of place, you can CC them for about 6 years.
I mean, it's similar to Kalista Braum combo that we just watched.
Yeah, right.
It's just like for the mid-late game. Because it has such a great, one of the greatest chain CC combo.
Yeah.
When it comes to level 6 with Kalista ulti.
How did that hit? It's very strange. Pyosik coming over here, grab Mr. Gronkulus. As, oh dear. Deft gonna flash out, but does get a whole bunch of health back, as you can see. Good avoidance on the Q there as Keria is gonna flash. That's, I guess, why you take Aftershock, as Pyosik gets here very late to the party, but none of his laners are dead.
How did he survive right there? That was
absolutely no idea. He kept getting random bits of health back. Maybe Keria was killing minions or something like that. I don't know.
That was such a great move by Deft. But anyways, they're putting pressure on every single lane by Poppy right there. So I think everything is still going really great for Afreeca Freecs.
Oh, Kiin. Oh, losing out here in these trades. This is another solo kill for Doran. His ear collection is definitely getting big as Keria moves over to these minions. Pyosik going to be here as well as Spirit.
Oh, they're really aggressive.
Man, don't go near walls, guys. That's not allowed.
Coming. Yeah.
But look at all of these minions that are just going into the nether. Everything that Afreeca are doing right now is denying all of DRX. And as you can see, like, it's already represented. It's like 2 waves that Mystic has in the lead. Maybe 1. Just 1 wave. But still, it's a lot.
Yeah, such a great move from Spirit once again. I mean, I feel like he's just on different level when he gets
Poppy, right? Yeah. That's crazy. Well, Doran, he's standing on top of a ward. Kiin looking for a back timing.
Yeah, but farm-wise, Pyosik is just way too far ahead compared to Spirit, so I think it's going to be really hard when it comes to Pyosik reaching to level 6 a lot earlier than Spirit in this game. And it looks like Doran is also playing really great after that first blood.
Yeah, Doran actually doing a really decent job.
And also the mid lane.
I mean, we were expecting this. This is Chovy versus Fly. This is how it looks, and Chovy didn't turn up today. Didn't even turn up for the first game. As you saw, was able to escape pretty comfortably. And still just owning the map here. Spirit coming on over, looking to try and grab his second red buff of the game. Wonder whether Pyosik does have his Cinderhulk completed already, but instead of looking at that, we're going to have a look at the gold. Solo laners for DRX are ahead. However, everyone on Afreeca Freecs outside of those doing very, very well here in this game. Looking okay. I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is possible dive.
Yeah, actually, with
right
Dominus
now.
Available.
Oh, maybe right now they can.
Yeah, well, actually, Kiin almost looking for the solo kill there. There's another flash over. As soon as that flash comes up, it looks like something that Spirit can do, but now Doran gets his Q back. Kiin, slice, dice, Doran grabs the kill. And Poppy may have just baited in his top laner.
Emperor Doran is back, by the way.
Oh,
and his performance has been such a great right now.
And I said slice, die. He didn't even need the dice. He just sliced.
That's true.
He was already done after the slice. Oh my goodness.
But this guy just got dove at level 1. And he died.
Yeah. And then turned it when they tried to do it at level 7. After Kiin got a great trade, right? Like, that trade that he invested his ult in, yes. But still, I mean, that was basically all done.
So Doran it's level 6 versus level 5, by the way.
Well, Pyosik, I wonder whether he was actually able to get it. Looks like he was, but Spirit might just put him in the death chamber, which is not really what you want. Flash, that's not the one that you were looking for, as he can't get to the edge of the Arctic Assault, just hops up into the air instead. That is why Poppy is in this game.
Yeah.
To stop all of that.
I think that was body block at the end, but anyways, they got the header DRX, so it's more about the usage of the header than Sejuani's death.
That's true. And I mean, honestly, Sejuani's here as an ultimate bot, things like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't really...
I mean, he's just CC bot.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he dies like 10 times more.
If he lands the right ult in the late game, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think his win rate on Sejuani of all time is actually pretty good for Pyosik. Certainly likes more of the slow-moving junglers, does good old Pyosik in the past.
I mean, I think he was not doing wasting path at all in this game, so everything was just going great.
Oh,
yeah, this pressure.
Yeah, this is exactly what Afreeca just did to DRX, and DRX is going to try and return the favor, having some turret plates here for themselves as well. So 1-2 in favor of Afreeca, actually, when it comes to those turret plates.
And look at how Chovy is like comfortably farming in the mid lane.
Yeah. He's hitting at 112.
Yeah, it's very scary. And I don't think they have enough power to 100% guarantee it in the late game. And also, his play by Doran was just way too clean. And maybe I think Spirit could just wait a little bit more. Like he had extra 2 seconds to wait Wukong right there, but not happened. So Doran managed out to have successful 1v2.
Yeah, it was nicely done. Just miscalculation there as Pyosik walks on over, collects himself the Eye of the Herald. And as you can see, he tries to flash out and then Arctic Assault over the wall. But you can't do that when you're inside the Steadfast Presence. And so he's made to look a little bit silly. But he's got a very, very adorable Borrow. So I think it's fine. Kiin hasn't actually decoyed yet, I don't think, as the Cyclone comes in. Ulti comes out, it's eaten by the decoy. Of course it is. Not even sure why Pyosik decided to press R there, to be honest, but that's fine. Still, does get Kiin out of the lane for the moment.
Yeah, 30 seconds before the Drake, so I think that Sejuani ulti can snowball to this Drake. I think they have to take the fight if they want to snowball this Drake, by the way.
Right, pick himself up a heal. Spirit looking for Chovy. Not actually going to be able to go aggressive. Not too many walls as Doran tries to get in position.
Afreeca Freecs has better positioning.
Teleport's available from both top laners, but as we all know, Renekton can stop that one. Heroic charge on cooldown, as that's the flash pulverized. Spirit going to be exhausted, and Steadfast Presence maybe doesn't last quite long enough. There's the knock-up from Keria. Sticks pulled out, but DRX, the health bars are getting low, and it's looking like a few hundred years. As a double kill comes through from Mystic, I'm getting flashbacks to that first week when he picked up 400 player of the game points. And there's the flash out from Deft. This Drake is going to Afreeca if they want it.
Yeah, I don't think engaging on Poppy was a great choice. Yes, Spirit has no flash, but you can never land the Alistar combo. The Q flash W is not happening because of Poppy's ability.
Yeah.
So I would say that was such a huge failure by Keria. But at the same time, that was such a great direction by Afreeca Freecs. That was such a great defensive play by Ben. And also Mystic had one of the greatest weapon combo.
Yeah, he did, for the short range that they were playing in as well. Yeah, Severum Crescendum, I believe, came out there. As we've got a Rift Herald having a bit of a march towards the top side of the map. See whether she's actually going to be able to crash into this turret
ulti back. He got ulti back right here, so...
Yeah, Spirit is going to be on the Drake as well, so DRX, they're going to be able to get some plate gold out of this, as well as possibly a kill onto Kiin, but they have to play around that pesky decoy as he's just holding it. And he knows that's all he has to do. Emperor's Divide comes down. Kiin eventually presses the button, and it looks like they are going to be able to take him down. Chovy tanking the turret very nicely. And they'll be able to take down this one also, even before those turret plates have fallen. So DRX, they do challenge topside, successfully get that gank off and get all of that plate money. But I'm scared, man, because Mystic, he's doing the same thing bottom lane.
Yeah, so it's literally topside versus bottom side, because it's all about Mystic, and DRX's topside is just way too scarier than Afreeca Freecs. So it's all about Aphelios versus Azir Renekton.
Oh, this is real dangerous. Spirit is down here. Doran is going to let that turret go. No extra 160 for the Aphelios. Let's have a look at this again. Keria, yeah, flash bulbs, gets the knock-up, that's fine, but exhaust onto Spirit is so weird with Mystic making his way over.
I think that was not a great play by Keria. They can never just one-shot Poppy, even though he has Halo Blades, right?
Yeah. He's still Poppy.
And also the topside dive was just pretty clean. They thought about the decoy and just wait until the Kiin uses it. He tried flashing on the Azir, showed up, but nothing happened. Clean dive from DRX.
I think if the turret aggro had made a different decision, then maybe it could have been a sick outplay, but as it turned out, it was juggled pretty effectively there by DRX. Looks like this Herald should be taken here by Afreeca.
Yeah, I mean, from division control, we can expect that Afreeca Freecs has better tempo.
Right, bubble avoided there by Pyosik. Looks like this control ward is going to be traded as well. So Rift Herald is going to be taken by Afreeca. One apiece here this game so far. Carries very, very low, as is Deft, as Bubble's going to land. Arctic Assault pretty good for avoiding that CC.
They're slowly getting pushed in.
Yeah, this is actually crazy. DRX is somehow still ahead in gold, but I think that has 100% to do with farm and not to do with much else. Now Doran trying to go aggressive. There's Steadfast Presence again. Now that one is going to be on cooldown. But that's what they're going to have to be playing around all game.
Yeah, and this is one of the game that DRX has to overcome with their outplays, because right now I feel like Afreeca Freecs is controlling everything, every single objectives.
And this is one of those compositions out of DRX that LS would say is a very not suited to Aphelios style compositions, you know? They all really need to be diving in on top of him, and he is very happy when you do that, because he grabs this gun right here and presses Q.
So that means Braum is completely countering all the champions from DRX.
I mean, Braum and Aphelios both having a really good time.
And Poppy as well.
Yeah. Also, you know, I don't mind the Zoe and the Wukong in the comp either, so certainly going back to it, feeling like this is an uphill battle for DRX. Even though if you look at the champions just individually from DRX, you're like, I can see why they pick Renekton, because everyone does. I personally hate it, but that's fine. I've accepted it. Sejuani's been really good so far in the LCK. Azir, banned in a lot of our series. And Kalista Alistar, if it was phase rush on the Alistar, would have certainly felt like it's sort of becoming a new norm. But into this composition out of Afreeca, certainly not the same situation.
Yeah, and I remember when I played Alistar on stage against Poppy, like, it's one of the worst memory I ever had.
Yeah, feels awful.
Because you cannot do anything against that champion. You can only have like short range flash WQ combo that you can only land. But yeah, it's just so hard for Keria to play this game.
now 20 seconds until the Mountain Drake. Afreeca looking to try and get control of the area. Vision being put down. It looks like DRX are not going to give this one up.
No.
At this point in time, as 300 gold is going to be the lead for them still, somehow. And now Doran wrapping around. Will be able to take down this control ward most likely, but no, just going to play it safe. Looks like Afreeca have grouped a little bit more effectively. Chovy, very strong at the moment. Has his Nash's Tooth. He's not actually going to chase after that Sand Soldier. That's under a turret. That's not what you want. This is exactly how Afreeca are supposed to play this.
They have no turret, so...
There's the bubble. And now Mystic just walking forward. Probably didn't want to do that. Severan's going to run out. Gravitum is now there, so a lot of CC available. Keria just trying to use his passive to get that health bar back up to somewhere acceptable. And there's the ulti out, and once again it's on top of Spirit. He wants to be tanking it right now, as Deft is going to throw in the cow. That is a huge play, but the cow's going to go down. Aphelios as well, though. That's the main thing, is that's the double kill for Deft's Kalista. And now Doran is just chasing these other two out of this fight. DRX should be able to grab this Mountain Drake. An amazing team fight, especially out of Keria.
Oh man, that was one of the best Kalista ulti from Keria I ever seen in my life. That was such a great CC chain.
Yeah, he basically was Lee Sin.
Yeah.
What happened is somehow Chovy missed it. But there is a lot of extra rocks on the map.
Yeah.
So.
But anyways, Chovy's teamfight positioning was also such a great position right there. If you can see this position right there, just look at Chovy. He was free. No one could reach him.
Over the wall.
I mean, I'm wondering why Kiin left the Chovy right there. Because it's only one player who can actually go on Azir in the team fight. But yeah, great combination.
Oh no. A little bit of a fail flash there from Pyosik that we missed in the previous one, but that's okay. Gonna have a look at Keria and see what the heck he just did here.
앞에 노플. 봐줘. 앞에 풀 빠졌고, 뽀삐 노플.
Aphelios, no flash, and also we could. Oh yeah, I was not translating.
No, that's
I was completely in it, you know.
yeah.
He called Kalista ulti by himself, by the way,
he did.
and also he was doing everything.
Actually, I know that he meticulously did all of that stuff, but I couldn't follow it. My brain isn't fast enough, I don't think. Still, very, very impressive. Pyosik. Oh, Godfly. Braum is going to wake him up as Chovy's going to miss the ulti. And Pyosik's going to find his really nicely done. It was all a fadeaway ultimate just to give him a false sense of security. As DRX have moved this to about a 3,000 gold lead now.
Yeah, and also they have such a great team comp to just burst Nasher.
Oh yeah, true. That steal not going to happen this time around, as the rend is going to exist. Pyosik still just manning this area.
I mean, being a human ward right there for Chovy.
And Mystic going to be not farming at this point in time. Spinion Wave going to be collected, but he misses a couple. Actually, just misses one. It's fine.
There's no control ward on Nasher Pit yet, so I think whenever DRX puts the control ward in the Nasher Pit, Afreeca Freecs is gonna get a lot of pressure because of that.
Poor Fly. The avoidance of the Emperor's Divide was very good. However, walking into a glacial prison always feels bad. Chovy also now has a very cool hat.
I mean, yeah.
Oof, this is a scary item spike for the Azir.
I would definitely pick up the cleans when you're playing against Sejuani as Zoe, and just pick up Spellbook.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though you want to play aggressive, like enemy champion can be useless with one summon a spell, but that was not happening from Fly.
Yeah, Fly feeling like he needed to have Ignite, Electrocute to have any lane presence, right?
But he lost. He was losing so hard still, though.
Yeah.
It was really useless.
Well, now we've got Renekton on the bottom side of the map, just creating pressure. And now it's on Afreeca to try and work out what to do next. Midwave also shoved in, but Mystic's got some pretty good guns. Taking that one out very effectively. He's got QSS now. Yeah. So can at least QSS flash out of some of these knockups, but won't have flash for another few seconds at least.
So they have all 3 lanes of pressure right now, so it's a lot easier to just collapse on mid from the both side laners.
Deft did try and keep that control ward alive for a while.
I mean, they're just giving up the mid prior to have both lines of pressure and get the free turret, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's really good map play. And I think DRX was showing us this in game number 1 as well, you know, like they're able, they definitely do play aggressive macro, which is a weird thing to say, but it is, they take a lot of risks with their positioning, but Afreeca unable to actually capitalize on anyone being by themselves, and DRX making just better decisions on the fly. No pun intended, of course. But, I mean, Afreeca still have Aphelios, right? So we could just experience some years later, and the game could be over, and we could be going to a game number 3.
Yeah.
He's always there. There's a ticking time bomb.
Keria is looking for another such a great flank. Good position. Cannot spot, but they should expect that though. Afreeca Freecs.
Ooh. Okay. Mountain Drake going to be pulled out here by DRX. They're looking for Soul Point. It's Keria.
His spot is
to stop this Wukong from flanking, and he's not going to be able to. Okay. Ulti comes through, but it's just not going to be enough here as Ben gets taken down low, but is going to survive for the moment. Unbreakable, very, very good as Keria just dives onto Mystic this time. Mystic's going to survive though, and Keria, he goes golden. Now it's Kiin's turn to try and get into that back line as, oh my god, if Mystic doesn't die super quickly, it is such a disaster. As now Chovy looking for it. This is a Penta opportunity, because barely anyone died, but unfortunately unable to find that one as Fly still with a flash available. Pyosik going to be taken. Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
Chovy couldn't make it work there in the clutch, and they did manage to get to Soul Point, but Afreeca, they might be able to get to a Baron.
That was such a great reaction by Mystic. He was just expecting that Alistar is gonna look for him, and he just QSS flashed out the Alistar combo. That was so clean, and that made out the difference between last teamfight and this teamfight.
Yeah, right? The Moonlight Vigil, man, look at this damage. Just...
Yeah, but also Chovy tried to 1v9 this teamfight, but Fly, man, anti-carry. He was picking up all the flashes.
That was a really nice flash from Fly as well. Sometimes Chovy's just... sorry, not Chovy. Sometimes Zoe's just Zoe. Fun fact, Chovy hasn't played Zoe so far this season. He was a very good Zoe player. Doesn't like playing her. As that was his first death for this game. Picks up a Haunting Guise, as you can see. Probably wants a stopwatch or something, though. As he once again just didn't take cleanse in the matchup. No Mikhails this time around.
Yeah.
Made a little bit more sense last game, right? Because there was a Yuumi with Mikhails that could help him out of a bubble, but not this time around.
But I think DRX still has both lanes of side pressure, so I think they should just use it more. Otherwise, it's Afreeca Freecs' favor, because they are wanting to have some teamfight with this Aphelios Braum combo.
Oh yeah. A bubble going to be avoided.
I mean, they have Kalista and Azir, so whenever they want, they can start up the Nashor. So I think they're just looking for that play just right now. But they have no control ward in the pit, so...
Yeah, and I mean, if they can all jump over the pit as well. So I like what you say, right? You all hop in, grab a Baron, hop out. That's a weird place for the control ward.
Yeah, I mean, you really need 3 control wards to, 4 control wards to control all the Nashor vision. But right now, I don't think they have enough of them.
And that little one there inside the pit is going to survive.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Doran's blade on Deft making me, a little bit of disgust.
Yep. Shout out to the Physio for being particularly upset by a lot of those decisions.
I'm pretty mad about it. They have control. They have Kalista and Azir.
Hey, he's going back. Death Dance, and now room for a control ward, and he keeps the Doran. Oh, never mind. Never mind. That's a party foul, Deft.
So,
that is a party.
I mean, you should sell Doran's blade to buy a control ward.
Yeah, 100%. That is always rule number 1. Mystic now has actually overtaken good old Chovy as far as farm is concerned. It's been pretty impressive, actually. Finally, this outer turret falls in the mid lane. DRX, maybe it's time to just go for a 50-50.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to get themselves
maybe after this mid wave. And also Afreeca Freecs know that, so that's why they're just grouping on mid lane. But yeah, I mean, they just need to play with side lane, DRX. They don't need to take the 5v5. It's their choice.
Yeah.
That's why side lane Priya is always great, because you can either just go for Nashor, look for 5v5, or just use the power of the side lane and just look for split push. But yeah, they try to 5v5.
Well, they're looking for it now as Keria's hex flashing over walls, trying to find an opportunity to get in. It's where Poppy is that they have to be really careful with. But DRX, they have got the Baron. It's just whether or not they're going to be able to get much more as the Poppy gets into the pit. Can't quite get any more. Steadfast presence now, not an issue. As Kiin goes in and gets the triple knockup, but he's going to fall down. The phalanx of DRX is too powerful. And Mystic, yeah, you're at full health, but this is 4 versus 1. And I don't think you're going to be able to do it this time, my friend. That's a decent QSS.
Oh.
He got very close. They're not able to get there. That's an ace. This might be the game.
Yeah, that's the game.
It's 30 minutes, yeah, that's the game.
That was such a great choice by DRX. They are not wanting to delay the game anymore. They know they are strong enough to take the 5v5. And I was a little bit worrying about that, but yeah, they know better than me.
Well, I guess so. I mean, they did have a lot of Baron secure as...
We're waiting for
Who are we waiting for? There we go. Spirit's going to come out, and the Nexus dies. So,
GG.
DRX with the 2-0 over the